The heck? This is creepy as... Hello? There are probably a lot of miners buried up in the mountains. It's literally so dark in here. Imagine how they used to live. It's not really sticking together. Hello, good morning. I'm visiting the Alpine region. It is currently snow season here, so it is freezing. My name's Kat. I am in my 30s. I'm a content creator and I'm just trying to figure things out. So subscribe and come along with me. These intros are just always so awkward. Anyway, let's go. Welcome to beautiful Bright, and it's actually freezing here. Bright is definitely not a sleepy mountain town. It's very busy. I've been coming here for 25 years now and I feel like it's a lot more hectic than it used to be. There were a lot of tobacco farms here back in the day, so when you drive through you'll probably see the old tobacco mills. And the town and surrounds has a lot of gold mining history here in the mountains, which I'm going to show you a few of those things. We went on a gold mine tour and checked out an underground hut in the bush, so stay tuned for that. I've said it once and I'll say it again, but it is freezing here. This is a bird bath that was built in 1966 by the Bright Girl Guides Association. Very cute. So we just went to IGA, got some water and some chips, and now we're gonna head home and get warm. Okay, I got a burger. I got a wrap. This is a wrap, not a burger. The air is just so crisp. And this is a non-alcoholic sparkling juice, apple juice. It's very nice. Now, having grown up in a country town, maybe I didn't appreciate it at the time, but it's really nice to get away from the hustle and bustle. It sounds so cliche, but look how peaceful it is out here. It's just so nice. So nice. Oh, my little legs. Struggling. Ugh. We're walking up to the lookout, bringing you along with me because it's really nice up here. I took a travacalm because I get car sick really easily, and driving up this mountain I feel a little bit drowsy. Pretty views. Can't keep up. God, I feel so weak. That travacalm really really got me good. Here it is. Is that Mount Buffalo? Yeah. Ah, cool, Mount Buffalo. Whew. That gorgeous view. Trying out my Insta 360 Go 3S on this really random sculpture, but it's magnetic. Very cool. And here's our view. Okay, we're going to have Chinese. Very nice. Obsessed with this wood paneling. It's a vibe.
Wicked.
It is freezing out here. I'm going to put these toe warmers on today. So glad I'm going to Bali next weekend. It's going to be nice and sunny. And like, look at this. It's crazy. Currently in Yackandandah. It's a gorgeous day. Finally, it's actually warm. We're just going to go and check out a few of the little shops and then maybe go out for brunch. So I'm starving. I'm going in here for a tour. I'm going into the original homestead. So cool in here. Literally, it's freezing. So what we learned today from this tour was that this was actually a branch of the Bank of Victoria from the 1860s, but it closed in 1893 after the Depression. So it says here on this little piece of paper, the Haig family resided here for more than 70 years until 1969, when their daughter, Isabella, sold the property to the Yackandandah Historical Society. So she went into a nursing home, took a couple of her bags and then literally left everything behind. And the Historical Society bought it. So yeah. So cold in here. I don't know how they survived in the winter. Did they have a fireplace? Fireplaces. Oh, this is the baby's room. I need to see. Apparently there was a fire here in 2006, so this is some of the stuff they had on display, showing the damage that was caused. I'm trying to figure out how to get to this ground hut place. You are here. I don't know. Someone's got a chainsaw going, cutting up firewood. Found it. Ah, found.
There's in here.
What? Well, what the heck? This is creepy as. Why? This is scary.
I'm pretty sure we can get around.
This is creepy as fuck. Oh, it's a heavy door.
Someone in there?
Hello? What the hell?
Oh, it's cold.
So nobody knows who built this hut or why. There's a few different stories floating around, but the first one is apparently it was built by some random man and his son back in the 80s. Don't know how true that is. The other story is that it was built by an old prospector who was, I guess, searching for gold, and apparently he lived up there in the mountains for like 7 years. But if you're just walking through this area, you probably wouldn't even know it was there because the foliage on top of the roof, it disguises it very well. It seems like a pretty solid little hut. Obviously the roof is a bit how you going, but apparently it was restored in like 2005 or 6 by the Beechworth Rotary Club. So it definitely has held up for the past 20 years. I don't know if they're going to restore it again, but yeah. It's very cool. Very random.
Oh, there's the chimney.
Like, how did they
I would not
pick this random spot? Like, this is like pretty, I'd say it's like kind of far out of town. This little chimney over there. So yeah, we're about to go out for Thai for dinner. We've been here multiple times over the last like 25 years. From what I understand, there are probably a lot of miners and families and children that have been buried up in the mountains. So this plaque says, in memory of the miners, mothers and children who died in this valley and lie buried between the crossing, Paulpunga, and as far up the Buckland as mining extended prior to the reservation of this site for a cemetery in 1863. The greatest number of deaths occurred in late 1853 and early 1854 when colonial fever swept the valley, leaving it known as the Valley of the Shadow of Death. Okay, we're just walking up to the Chinese cemetery section because there were a lot of Chinese miners back in the gold rush era that are buried up here. So in the 1850s, there was about 2,000 Chinese miners that arrived in the area, and apparently they were quite successful with finding gold. According to the Visit Bright website, it says that the white miners were jealous, and of course they were racist. In 1857, the Buckland riots occurred, which was fueled by about 100 white people attacking Chinese stores and houses and killing a lot of people. There's an unknown number of Chinese people that were murdered or beaten in the area, which is pretty horrific. My sister just gave me some waterproof gloves and we're going to try and make a snowman. This ice is hard as a rock. Okay, unfortunately I think the snow is not cooperating.
So fluffy.
It's not really sticking together very well. No one's driven up here yet. Today's my last day here in Bright, and then I'm going to drive back to Melbourne tomorrow after the gold mine tour, which will be really fun. I think I've had a really good week here. It's been nice to have a little holiday. Okay, it's the morning of the gold mine tour. We're back in Yackandandah. Beautiful day, really excited. My sister and I just took a travacalm because we get car sick, and apparently we're going to be driving in this guy's Land Cruiser. So let's go. It feels conflicting because like it is interesting seeing how they dug out these mines, but then also I'm like, ew, the gold rush era sounded violent and disgusting if I'm being honest. I feel like it's glamorized a lot, but the miners would literally just shoot each other and did not care about anything other than themselves and finding gold. The miners who came here just completely destroyed the landscape, turned everything upside down in their search for gold. The tour guide was great. He did not sugarcoat anything. He gave us an honest glimpse into the gruesome and violent days of the gold rush era. It's literally so dark in here. You can sort of see the light. That's the light right down the end.
This glorious piece of rock here, it is 4.6 billion years old.
That ladder,
Is that real?
150 years old. Crazy. Cool piece of history, and it's local heritage listed.
So here's an original sleeper, which is lovely. Obviously handmade 150 years ago. But more the point, it's out of a piece of mountain ash, about 2,000 years old.
It's a good tour. Very cool. I am back home now in Melbourne. That was a really fun trip. The whole thing was totally unplanned. Got a haircut while I was there. I usually freak out when it comes to letting any old hairdresser cut my hair, but the girl did a really good job, and it was like $55, which is crazy. Yeah, but I guess it was really nice to just go with the flow. Usually I like to plan things because I feel anxious, so at least if I know what's coming up, it kind of takes away the surprise of things. But I feel like it was really nice to just go with it and hang out with my sister and just go and do things that I normally wouldn't do. I hate the cold. Probably wouldn't have chosen to go up into the mountain and hang out in the snow for a bit. And then also finding that underground hut, going inside. So I think I need to do more of these kinds of things. Oh, say hello. Anyway, I'm going to Bali soon, which is going to be totally out of my comfort zone. I've never left the country in my whole entire life. Yeah, introvert in Bali. Let's see how that goes. I feel like that'll be a really good way to get out of my comfort zone and push myself to do new things one day at a time. But yeah, stay tuned for the Bali vlog, and I will see you soon, next week, I think.